Two teachers in China questioned the Communist Party, and their punishment is shocking. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. Did you know that the People's Republic of China wrote a joke into its constitution? It's true. Article 35 says, "Citizens shall enjoy freedom of speech." That's a real knee slapper, because actually the Chinese Communist Party does not allow freedom of speech. Perhaps they're afraid that if people have free speech, they'll see that the entire Communist Party sits on a throne of lies. In fact, they're so uptight that they don't even allow teachers to ask questions, which one teacher found out last month. December 14th was the National Memorial Day for the victims of the Nanjing Massacre in China. It's also known as the Rape of Nanjing. Japanese soldiers brutally killed and raped at least tens of thousands of civilians in Nanjing. The death toll is disputed. It happened in 1937 after Japan invaded China. This video of a teacher named Song Gun-yi went viral on Chinese social media platform Weibo.
当年的侵华日军到底在南京屠杀了多少人？30万人是没有数据支持的，确实是这样。有名有姓的是谁？如果你没有名、没有姓、没有身份证号，你这个30万只是一个中国历史小说写作的一个概述。如果说你没有这个史料支撑的话，那也只是民间说说而已，说的跟真的一样。也许死的人确实比30万人，也许死的人。
The student recording the video can be heard cursing under his breath and saying "sure," as in, this video is sure to get this teacher in trouble.
昨天我在看这个南京大屠杀突然大规模宣传的时候，我能首先意识到这是一个突然开始攻击，可能就是因为日本这次抵制冬奥会。第二个就是他说，日本大屠杀的幸存者还存活61人，我又想起了我们老师说的那个事情。你现在能统计出这61个人，起码那30万人的名字都统计出来。然而很遗憾，我们在南京大屠杀纪念馆里面不应该永远去去恨，而应该是去记录这段历史，想反思一下战争是怎么来的，这才是最重要的。不管它是
战争怎么来的，
战争是怎么来的，不是因为某一个民族永无止境的恨下去。可以。
What she says actually might make sense. But unfortunately for her, she was in China when she said it. And the Chinese Communist Party does not appreciate it when people spread critical thinking, especially because the Communist Party uses the Nanjing Massacre for anti-Japanese propaganda. As this video went viral, many nationalistic Chinese netizens demanded Song Gun-yi be investigated. And so Song was reported to the authorities. Later that day, the school administration, Shanghai Aurora Vocational College, posted this on their official social media account. It says, "According to our school's investigation, Song Gun-yi made a false statement during her news interview course, causing serious adverse social impacts." And then they fired her. So, a teacher lost her job for causing serious adverse social impacts, like teaching students to think critically. One of China's major state-run media outlets, the People's Daily, also chimed in to make things clear to members of the public who were following Song Gun-yi's saga. The Nanjing Massacre has killed more than 300,000 compatriots, and the evidence is as strong as a mountain. To speculate and question the truth of history is to be a teacher in vain. To forget the suffering and deny the evil deeds of other countries is to be a countryman in vain. Educators are welcome to seek the truth, but to speak on behalf of wrongdoers and disregard the suffering of the nation, how can such ignorance and virtue be worthy of guiding the next generation? Wow. Imagine a state-run newspaper coming after you as an individual teacher. After this, Song Gun-yi even received nasty threats over text. Of course, Authorities were right when they said Song's lectures caused serious adverse social impacts, but only because of how they handled it. I'll explain after the break. Welcome back. Shortly after the video Song Gong-yi went viral, so did a 27-year-old elementary school teacher named Li Tiantian from Jiangxi, Hunan province. Li received a lot of attention for a social media post she wrote supporting Song. I support teacher Song. I do not want to be the silent majority. As a colleague, I think there is no problem with her lectures. The problems are her students, the school that expelled her, official reports, and silent intellectuals. Song Gong-yi's words did not instigate or provoke, nor did she oppose or obliterate the Nanjing massacre. She only proposed to respect lives and respect the dead. Is this wrong? Obviously those things were wrong. Li Tiantian's post was deleted from social media, but not soon enough, because a lot of people had already passed it around, and it started getting the public's attention. But Chinese authorities knew just what to do with the teacher who defended someone else's freedom of speech. They sent her to a mental hospital. Sending people to mental hospitals is one of the ways Chinese authorities make dissidents go away. It makes sense too, because they assume you'd have to be crazy to go against the Communist Party. China's mental health law allows involuntary admission into mental hospitals under the consent of police authorities. In other words, whether you need psychiatric help can be determined by the Ministry of Public Security, not mental health professionals. That policy is awfully convenient when you want to paint someone as mentally ill in order to shut them up. An online user has posted images of Li Tian crying for help as she described a group of people coming in with needle injections before taking her to the mental hospital. This text message that circulated online reads, "I've been taken against my will to a mental hospital by the Yongshun Public Security Bureau. I'm contacting you through a phone I hid in my underwear. Please save me. Can't talk much. The battery will die soon. Please save me." I should also mention that Li Tiantian was 4 months pregnant during all of this. This isn't the first time Li Tiantian had gone into trouble with authorities. In 2019, Li had posted online a reflection of her experiences teaching in a rural village in China, titled "A Group of Rural Children Being Destroyed." In it, she merely criticizes how the school was less interested in educating children than in passing an official inspection. Nothing in it was particularly political, but it did, in a roundabout way, point out the true priorities of socialist education with Chinese characteristics. But her post got a lot of attention at the time, and so Li Tiantian had her teaching courses reduced and was required to report to her higher-ups about any travel plans. This is how censorship works in China. No one knows what or when something will be censored. And when things make their way to the public eye, the Chinese censorship apparatus panics. And that sometimes makes it crash and burn. I'll tell you what happened after the break. Welcome back. Chinese netizens were all concerned about Li Tiantian's disappearance, but the authorities knew what to do. They got her family to consent to Li being checked into the hospital for psychiatric treatment. And wouldn't you know it, Hu Xijin, the recently retired editor-in-chief of my favorite state-run media, the Global Times, shared a video on Weibo of Li Tiantian's mother.
我是李甜甜的妈妈，谢谢大家对李甜甜的关心。读大学的时候，她有一点抑郁症，她有怀了孩子，我就担心，我就很担心，就和她姑爷他们商量，送到医院看去看病，甜甜。我很感谢政府，也希望甜甜能够安心。我也晓得大家都很关心她，也希望大家这段时间不要再打扰她。谢谢大家关心。
You know, there's something about the way she was speaking that seems Well, let's say I sympathize with how hard it is to read off a teleprompter. And this is yet another tactic used to dissuade dissenters in China. The authorities in China will find a way to get family members involved, either by threatening them or demanding that they refute rumors. A week later, on December 26th, a Weibo post allegedly from Li Tiantian was released to the public. "Hello everyone, I'm Li Tiantian. I just came out of the hospital. I will reply to everyone as soon as possible. Thank you for your concern for me and your attention to this matter. Now my condition is still recovering, and my mental state is also poor, so I may not be able to reply to too many messages or accept media interviews in a short time. I hope you will understand. However, Li Tiantian will always be Li Tiantian, and words are the embodiment of my spirit and personality." She put the words hospital and recovering in quotation marks. That's not reassuring. Comments on social media are also doubtful. Li Tiantian is not mentally ill. I hope that she will speak up as soon as possible and return to normal. A certain group of people wants to say that Li Tiantian is not mentally ill and should not be put in the mental hospital. The other group wants to say that Li Tiantian is mentally ill so as to justify her support of Song Gengyi. Do they really think claims of mental illness will wash away what she said about the Nanjing massacre? And here's what's ironic. By making a big deal about Song Gengyi asking questions about the Nanjing massacre and locking up Li Tiantian for supporting her, China's censorship apparatus turned it into a popular discussion topic. And now a lot of people are asking inconvenient questions. The Chinese Communist Party is going to have to open up a lot of new mental hospitals. And now it's time for me to answer an inconvenient question from one of you, a fan who supports China Uncensored on Patreon or Locals. Tyler Howe on Patreon asks, what would happen if Russia invades Ukraine and China invades Taiwan at the same time? Could this work in their favor to split the distribution of U.S. military personnel? Please don't give Russia and China any ideas. One invasion is a normal war, but coordinated invasions on different parts of the globe, that could be the start of a world war. And I think humanity has had enough of those. Thank you very much. Thanks for your question, Tyler. Be like Tyler and support China Uncensored with $1 or more per episode on Patreon, or become a paying subscriber on Locals. In each place you get different perks, but in both you can ask me questions I'll answer on the show. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching China Uncensored.